Friday, you're watching First Shift. I'm Kristen Strakalaitis. Coming up, how Subaru is planning to catch up with EV rivals. But first, your morning headlines. We'll start with Nissan. The Japanese automaker has returned to the black to post its first full year profit in 3 years, and the first profitable fiscal year since the arrest of former chairman Carlos Ghosn. Nissan posted a net income of $1.8 billion, rebounding from the previous year's net loss of $3.7 billion. That's almost a $5.5 billion turnaround. The company is a little more than halfway to CEO Makoto Uchida's target of 5% operating margin by 2024 under his Nissan Next Midterm Revival Plan. EV newcomer Rivian posted a net loss of $1.6 billion in Q1 on revenues of $95 million. Despite persistent supply chain challenges, Rivian reaffirmed its full-year production forecast of 25,000 vehicles. The automaker said it made 2,553 in the quarter. It delivered about half that many, 1,227 vehicles, up from the previous month's 909 vehicles. The $230 million Lordstown Motors Foxconn deal closed this week. In the fall, the sale of the 6.2 million square foot plant to Foxconn, best known as the manufacturer of the iPhone, was reported by Bloomberg. The deal transfers to Hon Hai Technology Group, which trades under the Foxconn name, ownership of the former General Motors plants in Ohio, along with 400 Lordstown manufacturing employees, as well as the responsibility for assembling the battery electric Endurance. Moving forward, Foxconn will serve as the contract manufacturer, while Lordstown is responsible for other elements like design, engineering, and vehicle launch. And now moving to some noteworthy developments in the self-driving realm this week. Some examples reported by automotive news reporter Pete Bigelow include Aurora. It rolled out a partnership with logistics company Covenant, which concentrates on expedited shipping. And Kodiak Robotics detailed its progress on training operating trucks with faulty equipment to successfully pull onto the highway shoulder. Lastly, self-driving truck startup Embark Trucks ventured into what few automated driving developers have tested: snow. Embark Trucks shared data from a test it started in February. Autonomous big rigs drove approximately 3,500 miles on a roundabout 60-mile stretch of public roads in Montana, in road conditions where snow accumulation reached 1 inch. Embark said its internal analysis showed it could complete 9 in 10 runs within, quote, acceptable delivery windows. Subaru will step up its pace in the battery car race by adding a dedicated in-house EV assembly plant in Japan. The move is part of a multi-billion-dollar investment in electrification over the next 5 years. Subaru's outlay shows the all-wheel drive specialist is finally turning its focus to full EVs after introducing its first serious contender, the Solterra crossover EV, only this year. Unlike the Solterra, the EVs produced in the later half of this decade will be manufactured directly by Subaru. Subaru will begin making its own EVs in mixed production with internal combustion vehicles at its Yajima plants in Japan in the mid-2020s. Also starting in 2027, Subaru will build a dedicated EV factory on the site of its Oizumi plant, which now makes engines and transmissions. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @first_shift. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning.